Go. Good morning, everybody. So today we are again here for the second lecture of Master in Business Administration, subject Marketing Management. Today the date is April 6th, 2021. And in the last class that we had yesterday, we were studying about the marketplace and the different types of market. So this was the last slide, slide 7, that we had discussed yesterday, which talks about classification of market on the basis of transactions. Right now we move further and we will be studying the rest of the types of market on different basis. So coming down to the slide 8, on the basis of regulation, I believe we have discussed this also on the basis of regulation, right? Next, we have to discuss on the basis of volume of business, right? On the basis of volume of business, the market can be categorized into two forms. One is the wholesale market and the second is the retail market, right? On the basis of volume of business, the market can be categorized into two categories. The market can be classified into two categories. The first category is that of wholesalers and the second category is that of retailers. Now we all know who are wholesalers and who are retailers, right? In fact, we are very much informed about the retailers because we usually purchase our stuff from the retailers, right? Like we purchase grocery, we are not purchasing grocery from the wholesalers. Most of the time we are purchasing it from the retailers, the stores which are nearby, right? So there are a lot many retailers we will be exposed to on a daily basis, maybe for milk, bread, for grocery items, for n number of items, for stationery items, for books, for blah blah blah, clothing and rest of the things, right? So now let us understand who are wholesalers and who are retailers, right? In this subject, particularly marketing, when we will be discussing about the concept of distribution, that is the third P of marketing, which is known as place, we will be discussing retailers and wholesalers once again. So we will be discussing at that time them in detail, but let's have just look to both the retailers and the wholesalers here at a glance. Who are wholesalers? As I said, that this is classification of market on the basis of volume of business, right? So volume of business means what volume of business they are doing. Obviously wholesalers are doing a wide volume, the volume of business to the wholesaler is wide, and the volume of business of retailer is comparatively narrow. What wholesalers are doing? Wholesalers are purchasing commodities from the manufacturer or the distributor, whosoever is there. Sometimes it happens that our manufacturer give the stuff to the distributor and the wholesalers take the lot away from the distributors and then supply it to the retailers, right? So wholesaler is a person who is taking the commodities in bulk from the manufacturer or from the manufacturer branch or from the distributor, right? He take the product in bulk, in very large quantities, from the manufacturer either or from the distributor of the manufacturer, and then retailer comes to the wholesaler and take the product in small quantities, right? Many of you might have been to Bharti Walmart here at Lucknow, right, which is located at Sushant Golf City near that Ansal Township, right? So you might have seen Bharti Walmart is actually a wholesaler unit, right? What they are doing, you might have seen that there are a lot many retailers who are coming there and taking the stuff from Bharti Walmart. They are carrying a wide variety of things. They are having clothing, they are having electronics, they are having durables, they are having your grocery items, they are having all chocolates and rest of this stuff also. In fact, they are having vegetables and fruits also, right? Cosmetics, hosiery, lot of range. In fact, they are having some office furnitures also, right? And lot many things. I am not I have named a few of them. There are a lot many things which are available there, right? So many of the retailers are taking their stuff from them also. Most of the time there are agents of the companies, there are distribution branches of the companies who are acting as retailers, who are acting as wholesalers and supplying their stuff of the company directly to the retailers. So wholesaler, in keeping in short, wholesaler is a person who purchase the commodity or who purchase commodities or the products in bigger lots from the manufacturer and then supply this lot to the retailers in comparatively small quantities. So wholesaler is actually a link between the manufacturer and the retailer. Wholesaler is not the link between the manufacturer and the consumer. Now, who is a retailer? Retailer is a person who is having a business which is comparatively lesser in volume, meaning hereby wholesaler is selling the product not in bulk but in a small quantity to different consumers. He is purchasing the product from the wholesaler in small quantities and selling in further small quantities to the consumers who are coming down to the retailers to take the products according to their requirements in small quantities and consuming them. So retailer is actually a link between the wholesaler and the consumer. So what is happening, whatever kind of feedback, complaint or criticism of the product retailer receives from the consumer, he transmit the same to the wholesaler and wholesaler transmit it to the manufacturer. So this is the communication channel in between the consumer and the manufacturer. Now because of these websites and all, right, customers are writing directly to the manufacturer, directly to the company also, but retailers are also providing information relating to the consumer when they are receiving feedback to the wholesaler, and the wholesaler is providing the information which is collected from the consumer and from the retailers to the manufacturer, so that the manufacturer may look into it and do the needful if it is required, right? So I believe I am very much clear about the concept of wholesaling and retailing. Can we move further?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, sixth, on the basis of nature of goods, right? So before starting with this sixth classification on the basis of nature of good, let me remind you people once again, you people are supposed to be at the university for the offline classes as per the instructions as provided by the university authorities, right? So again, I am reminding all of you to come down to the university to attend the offline classes. It is only because of the interest of the, it is in the interest of the student that you people are not here at this right at this moment of time. I'm taking this online class, but you people are supposed to be there in the offline class. So I request, I advise all of you to please present at the university for offline class in full strength, fine, in order to abide the instructions as provided by the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Now, six, on the basis of nature of goods. On the basis of nature of goods, we can also classify the market into different forms, right? What are those forms? First is the commodity market, right? And the second is your capital market. Okay. Now, commodity market, what is commodity market? Commodity market is the market which deals in material, produce, manufactured goods, and precious metals. ठीक है, this market is known as commodity market. ठीक है, it deals in material, produced, manufactured, and precious metals. ठीक है, these all are commodities and it deals in the commodities. Produce मतलब agriculture produce भी यहाँ आपका आ सकता है, manufactured goods भी यहाँ आएंगे, किसी भी प्रकार के जो commodities है, all will be included in your commodity market. Now, capital market is something that I need not to explain you people about, because you have already studied the what is capital market in your first semester, right? So I'll not be going into detail of the capital market, right? Now coming down to the next classification, or the on the seventh classification on the basis of competition, right? in your managerial economics syllabus, you have already studied all the market forms, right? So these are the same, because you have studied about the perfect competition, you have studied about imperfect competition, you have heard about monopoly competition, you have already read about monopolistic competition, and also the oligopoly competitions. Fine. So these are the five different market forms, or these are the five different forms of market that you have already studied in your first semester in the subject of managerial economics. So I'll not be going into detail of these once again, right? Is there any need of repeating them? Anybody?
No.
All right, all right.
No,
So
sir.
I'll just move further. On the basis of demand and supply, on the basis of demand and supply. Now let me remind you people once again, all the lectures that I am taking online are getting recorded, and the same lectures will be published on my YouTube channel, as instructed by the Honorable Vice Chancellor, that all the teachers whosoever are taking the online classes are required to upload their lectures on the YouTube channels and provide the link. Okay, I have already shared the link with you people. You kindly follow the link and subscribe my YouTube channel, so that you may be able to get the recording of all the channels, because I'll be furnishing the recording on my YouTube channel of each and every lecture on a daily basis. Fine. So you can find the same lecture there at the YouTube channel also. Fine. So do subscribe it. Now coming down to the next, it is on the basis of demand and supply, right? On the basis of demand and supply, market can be of two types. Okay. Now what is this? It is, first is the seller's market. Now what is seller's market? Seller's market is a market where sellers it at the driving seat, right? Sellers is at the driving seat, meaning hereby seller is actually the driving force in the market, and buyers are at the receiving end. Okay. It is a seller driven market, and the buyers are following the sellers, right? Here what is happening? Demand is greater than the supply, right? Here demand is greater than the supply. That is the reason it is a seller driven market. Okay. Next is your buyers driven market. Up sellers driven market ka, let's take an example. Just recall the days when Reliance Jio SIM was being launched. Many of you are might be using the CEO of Reliance Jio. Just recall of the days, I believe it was way back in 2018 or 2017, when this Reliance Jio SIM was being launched. What was happening at that time? Anybody who can remind me of those days? What was happening at that time when Reliance Jio was launched? Anybody who have taken the SIM at that time, please? Yes.
3-4 साल पहले.
Almost 2017. What happened? Tell me about your experience. What has happened at that time? What were your observations? हाँ?
जब सिम जब शुरू में आया तो उसमें ये था कि इतने महीने के लिए फ्री में मिलेगा. तो ये किसी को नहीं मालूम था कि हम 3 महीने जिस सिम को हम यूज करेंगे, इंटरनेट यूज करेंगे, जिससे कॉल करेंगे, बाद में जाके वही सिम हमको यूज करना पड़ जाएगा फ्यूचर के लिए, क्योंकि नंबर हमारे सारे बढ़ चुके हैं और वो कहीं ना कहीं हमारे कॉन्टेक्ट में शामिल हो गया है. तो यही उनकी पॉलिसी थी कि जो कोई आदमी अगर
बहुत बढ़िया. इट वाज द मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी शाफे. करेक्ट. इट वाज द मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी. लेकिन जब आप वहां पे सिम लेने गए, व्हाट हैव यू ऑब्जर्व्ड? Have you not seen the lines, the long queues which were there?
Yes sir.
On a daily basis.
Yes sir. और पैसे से ज्यादा जो प्राइस उसका था किसी में उससे ज्यादा का भी बिका है.
ब्लैक भी हो रहा था सिम, एंड पीपल वर डूइंग कि कोई रिलायंस जियो में अगर काम कर रहा है, लोग सिफारिशें लगवा रहे थे कि हमें सिम किसी तरह से भी मिल जाए. Isn't it or not? और लोगों ने अपने बाकी कनेक्शंस छोड़ के, चाहे वो किसी भी और दूसरे सर्विस प्रोवाइडर को यूज कर रहे हो, उनको छोड़ के दे हैव स्विच्ड ऑन टू रिलायंस जियो, right? Everybody need to have Reliance Jio at that point of time. Even though SIM was free, company was not charging anything, but there were retailers who were doing black of the SIM. They were selling the SIMs in black. राइट। और लोग उनके रिटेल स्टोर्स के बाहर रिलायंस डिजिटल में इधर उधर सब जगह लाइन लगाए हुए थे जस्ट टू गेट दिस सिम एनी हाउ। ठीक है, तो इट वाज अ सेलर्स मार्केट एक्चुअली एट दैट टाइम, इट वाज अ सेलर्स मार्केट, बिकॉज जो स्पीड रिलायंस जियो उस वक्त दे रहा था, उस वक्त तो इट वाज अ मिरेकल कि अरे यूट्यूब इज वर्किंग विदाउट बफरिंग, राइट। ऐसा कहां होता था? 1 GB was costing about 299 rupees per month, and
Yes.
with Reliance Jio, internet was totally free. You need not to pay anything at the time when you were paying $300 for 1 GB for 1 month. At that time, Reliance Jio has offered unlimited internet access, that too free of cost, and such a high speed internet in which you can play YouTube without buffering. It was a miracle of its time. ठीक है, तो इट वाज अ सेलर्स ड्रिवन मार्केट। लोगों ने ब्लैक में रिलायंस के सिम खरीदे, रिलायंस जियो के। ठीक है, सो सेलर वाज एट द ड्राइविंग सीट। नाउ कमिंग डाउन टू द नेक्स्ट, बायर्स मार्केट। ठीक है, तो पहले में हमने क्या देखा? डिमांड इज ग्रेटर देन सप्लाई, राइट। डिमांड वाज ग्रेटर देन supply. Demand was more and supply was comparatively less. Next is your buyer's market. Now what is buyer's market? Buyer's market is the market where buyer is at the driving seat and supply and demand is lesser than supply. ठीक है, just reverse situation है। ठीक है, तो this is all about the types of market and it was, हाँ प्लीज, कोई कुछ कह रहा है बीच में? बताइए प्लीज। हेलो, यस बोलिए, कोई कुछ पूछ रहा था बीच में? All right, then we'll move further. Now coming down to the next slide, introduction to marketing, right? Now let's see the first point. It says authentic marketing is not the art of selling, but you make what, but knowing what to make. ठीक है, authentic marketing is not the art of selling but knowing what to make. ठीक है, ये बहुत एक जरूरी चीज है। ठीक है, marketing is generally confused by selling. Most of the time people says marketing and selling are the same thing and people are using these terms interchangeably. ठीक है, but actually marketing and selling are not the same thing. Both are tremendously different from each other. Selling is only a small part of marketing and marketing is a very wide umbrella which have selling as one of its component, and there are various other components that marketing have, but selling is one of them. Selling cannot be used simultaneously with marketing, right? So the first statement that you are able to see on the slide, authentic marketing is not the art of selling but knowing what to make. कहने का मतलब ये है, असल मार्केटिंग ये नहीं है कि आप को ये पता हो कि जो आपने बनाया उसको कैसे बेचें। असल मार्केटिंग ये है कि आपको पता हो कि क्या बनाना है। ठीक है, दिस इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ठीक है ना, because what is happening in selling, first you are making the product, then you are making efforts to sell that product. ठीक है, but if you are making that particular thing which the consumer actually needs, ठीक है, which the consumer actually needs, you will not be required to make aggressive sales effort to sell that. ठीक है, देखिए एक let me come down with an example. एक शब्द का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है आजकल बहुत ज्यादा, बाजारवाद। ठीक है, बाजारवाद। ठीक है, अक्सर अखबारों में या न्यूज चैनल्स पे इस सब्जेक्ट इस शब्द का इस्तेमाल बहुत ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंटली किया जाता है। ये बाजारवाद दरअसल है क्या? देखिए, बाजारवाद क्या है उसको अगर समझा जाए तो बाजारवाद ये है कि कंपनी कोई पहले प्रोडक्ट बनाती है, उसके बाद उस प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड क्रिएट करती है, कंज्यूमर को उसकी डिमांड हो ना हो, लेकिन वो उसकी डिमांड क्रिएट करती है जबरदस्ती कंज्यूमर पे साइकोलॉजिकल प्रेशर्स डाल के, साइकोलॉजिकल इन्फ्लुएंसेस डाल के, कि कंज्यूमर उस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट को खरीदे। ठीक है, उस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट को कंज्यूमर खरीदे, ये होता है बाजारवाद। कि पहले कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाना, फिर जबरदस्ती कंज्यूमर को कन्विंस करना कि आपको इस प्रोडक्ट की जरूरत है, आप इस प्रोडक्ट को खरीदिए। ठीक है, सही प्रोडक्ट के केस में ये नहीं है, लेकिन हर प्रोडक्ट के केस में जब नहीं नहीं दादी, हर प्रोडक्ट के केस में जब ये चीज फॉलो की जाती है तब ये बाजारवाद कहलाता है। ठीक है, तो लेट्स कंटिन्यू, राइट। तो लेट्स मूव फर्दर।
सर,
हाँ प्लीज।
तो अगर कोई कंपनी कोई बना रही प्रोडक्ट और
हाँ हाँ
उसको जबरदस्ती मतलब कि इस तरीके से साइकोलॉजिकल बेस पे बेचना चाह रही है कि लोग उसको खरीद लें, तो
हाँ,
ये अनइथिकल हुआ एक तरीके से।
देखिए अनएथिकल तो बिल्कुल है ये, अनडाउटेडली अनएथिकल है। अनडाउटेडली ये चीज अनएथिकल है कि कोई कंपनी बोगस प्रोडक्ट कोई बना रही है और वो कंज्यूमर को जबरदस्ती बेचने की कोशिश कर रही है। ठीक, अब ये डिपेंड करता है उस कंट्री के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन पे, उस कंट्री की पॉलिसीज पे। जैसे इफ यू गो टू फॉरेन कंट्रीज, maybe some developed countries, maybe some developing countries, you will be able to see ads of different products including liquors, including cigarettes. ठीक है, but in India, as per the rules, the advertisement of liquor and cigarette is not permissible either in print media or in your electronic media. यही वजह है कि you are not seeing the advertisement of liquor or cigarette on television. Earlier it was there like that of bagpiper, 8 p.m. and rest of the things. ठीक, but now it is not there. ठीक, ये तो इथिकल इश्यूज हैं। अब कई कंट्रीज में भाई ये चीज नहीं है, वहां सिगरेट्स के और आपका लेकर लेकर के एड्स फ्लोट होते हैं टेलीविजन पे। Marketing is actually the art of identifying and understanding the consumer needs and creating solutions that delivers satisfaction to the customers and profits to the producers and benefits for the stakeholders. ठीक है, marketing basically, what you are doing in marketing, you are understanding the consumer, you are producing the products as per the needs of the consumers, and when the products are getting the when the consumers are getting the product as per their needs and requirements, what is happening, the consumers are gaining satisfaction out of it, and when consumers are getting satisfied with your product, again and again they will be doing repeated purchase of your product. Moreover, they will be recommending your product to different people, to their friends, to their family, to their relatives, and ultimately the sale of your product will automatically go high, and you will be able to gain a lot and lot of profit. Okay, so it is something, it is a definition, or it is the statement which is given by Philip Kotler. All right. So Philip Kotler, as I have recommended the book of Philip Kotler only, so it is a quote from Philip Kotler. Now coming down to the next slide, okay, which talks about understanding marketing. Okay, now let us see. Marketing is a comprehensive term which includes a set of activities necessary to direct and facilitate the flow of goods and services from the producers to the consumers, right? So this particular statement, yeah, this particular point highlights only one aspect of marketing. And what is that aspect of marketing? That aspect of marketing is only its third P, that is place or which is generally known as distribution, because it talks about direction or directing the flow of goods and services from the producers to the consumer. So it talks about only one aspect of marketing, which is the distribution aspect of marketing. Right now, let me remind you people once again, I will be continuing with the class as I'm not receiving any kind of notification of time on my laptop. So when the audio gets disconnected, that will be the end of the class. All right. So I'll continue till the time, you know, you people please continue with me till the time the audio is there. Okay. Disconnection of the audio means the end of the class, right? Now, marketing aims at providing the right goods and services to the right people at the right time and at the right place and at the right price. Okay, it is very much important. Marketing is providing right goods to the right consumer at the right time and at the right price. Look, there is a principle of management that you might have studied in your BBA or in your intermediate classes, that there should be a place for everything and everything should be at its right place, right? So same is the case here. Marketing, what is the job of the marketing? The job of the marketing is to provide the right product to the right customer at the right time and at the right place. You need food, or food is meant for you only at the time when you are hungry. When you are not hungry, food will not make any sense for you. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
राइट
Yes, sir.
हर चीज की जरूरत आपको, हर चीज की इंपॉर्टेंस आपके लिए जब ही है जब उस चीज की आपको जरूरत हो। ठीक है, जब उस चीज की आपको जरूरत ही नहीं है या वो उस चीज का वो वक्त ही नहीं है, तो उस चीज की अहमियत, उस चीज की जरूरत आपके लिए खत्म हो जाती है। ठीक है, लाइक यू पीपल आर इन एज कि यू पीपल नीड टू हैव अ गुड जॉब विद अ गुड सैलरी पैकेज, राइट? बिकॉज आपके सामने जिंदगी पड़ी है अभी एंड यू हैव लॉट मेनी ड्रीम्स टू फुलफिल, राइट? नाउ with God's grace, all of you will be well placed. Okay, that's my prayer to Almighty. But consider a person who is at the age of 60 and get the job opportunity with a good amount of salary. Will that opportunity, do you think that opportunity will be as attractive for him as it is for you? Please tell me.
No, sir.
Why not? Why not?
सर क्योंकि उनकी तो आधी से ज्यादा एज निकल चुकी है और उनके जो एम थे वो भी शायद फुलफिल हो चुके होंगे।
बेटा आपने थोड़ी रियायत कर दी, उनकी आधी से ज्यादा नहीं, उनकी लगभग जिंदगी ही निकल चुकी है। ठीक है,
यस सर।
60 प्लस के बाद क्या भरोसा है लाइफ का, वो भी आज के एनवायरनमेंट में जिस तरह के आज हालात हैं। ठीक है, लेकिन और बात बिल्कुल सही कही आपने, बिकॉज उनका तो भाई लाइफ ही उनके पास अब रह के कितना गया है एक तरीके से देखा जाए तो दिस विल बी नॉट एज एक्साइटिंग फॉर हिम एज इट मे बी फॉर यू पीपल, राइट? बट देयर आर पीपल, ये तो खैर एक एग्जांपल के तौर से आई हैव जस्ट कोटेड, लाइक यू माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट KFC, यस और नो?
यस सर।
KFC की
Yes,
अगर आप
sir.
KFC की जो ओनर है, इफ यू रीड अबाउट हिज स्टोरी, तो इट्स वेरी इंस्पायरिंग। द पर्सन हु ओन्स KFC, उन्होंने जानते हैं सारे जिंदगी उनको फेलियर्स का सामना करना पड़ा, पूरी जिंदगी वो फेल होते रहे। ही कम अप विद डिफरेंट प्लान्स, डिफरेंट बिजनेसेस, डिफरेंट जॉब्स, मगर ऑल द टाइम ही फेल्स। एट द एज ऑफ 65, please understand, at the age of 65 he started with KFC, and now you can see KFC, what KFC is. तो स्ट्रगल था उनकी लाइफ में, भाई हर की लाइफ में a person has to face some or the other of the challenges or ups and downs. कुछ के में ज्यादा होते हैं, कुछ के में कम होते हैं। ठीक है, but it is there with everybody. So कहने का मतलब ये एग्जांपल मैंने इसलिए दिया because today's world is the world of competition, and after completing your management program you people need to struggle, because everybody is not fortunate enough कि MBA करते ही he get well placed, ठीक है. For job, अच्छी जॉब में टाइम लगता है. जो आपको स्टार्टिंग में जॉब मिलती है आप उसको करते जाइए, स्टार्ट गेनिंग एक्सपीरियंस. 0 to 3 years is the gestation period for a management graduate. 0 से 3 साल तक if you continue on your job, continue with your hard work, continue with your zeal, continue with your enthusiasm towards your profession, then definitely yes, it will be going to pay throughout your life, right? So don't ever lose hope. Now coming down to the lecture once again, the next point, marketing is the process of discovering and translating. Now please pay attention, marketing is the process of discovering and translating, meaning hereby with marketing we are trying to find out, we are trying to discover and translate, and we are trying to translate, we are trying to convert that discovery. And what is that discovery about? Customer needs. We are in marketing, we are trying to discover the customer needs and then translating them into products and services. Okay. Now here let me come up with another example, and that example is of Ola. Most of you might be using Ola cab service. Ola cab is a perfect translation of consumer needs. Bhavesh Agrawal, IITian, okay, who has nothing to do with the cab service. He's a tech. He is an engineer. He has nothing to do with the cabs, right? But he resigned from his job as he was not satisfied with of it, and come up with the idea of Ola. Okay, and Ola cab service, which you are looking at nowadays, it was not the same at the time when it was started, right? It was totally different. He started as a tour operator, right? But later on he realized that people do not want a tour package, they actually want a car that can take them safely and without any bargaining on price to their destinations, right? So it's a long story. We will be discussing the case study of Bhavesh Agrawal in the later lectures, which is very important from you people's point of view, okay? Because it will be giving you deeper insights into the business, right? Now then, creating demand for the products and services, in return expanding this demand, okay? Obviously when you are making whenever you are making products, jo hum logon ne we have discussed the fourth P of management, fourth P of marketing, I mean to say, it is promotion. So ultimately we need to promote our product to enhance the sales volume, okay? And it enhancing promoting your product in order to enhance the sales volume does not have any ethical issues, because everybody wants to sell its product. But selling something which the customer do not need, or selling something which can adversely impact the customer, or selling something to a group of customers which is not the right group of customers for that particular product, is unethical. But selling a particular product or service to the customers whosoever need that particular product is perfectly ethical, right? Now let us come down to the next slide. Now marketing is a result of interaction of many activities. The ultimate aim of marketing is to satisfy the human needs and wants, okay? Marketing includes lot many activities, but the ultimate objective of the activity, or the ultimate objective of all the activities in marketing, is to satisfy the human needs, okay? Marketing is customer oriented. Marketing is always customer oriented. Marketing is always customer oriented. Marketing consider consumer as the king, okay? This is the concept I was being told by my professor of marketing in his very first class, that in marketing, consumer is the king, customer is the king. Marketing, the entire process of marketing revolves around the consumer, revolves around the customer. right? So let's come down to the next slide. American Marketing Association defines marketing as the performance of business activities that directs the flow of goods and services from producers to the consumers or user, right? This definition seems somewhat narrow. This definition is narrow. Why this definition is narrow? As I have told you, you people earlier, that its emphasis is only on the distribution aspect of the products that have already been produced by the manufacturer. So it actually focuses only on one aspect of marketing, which is the distribution aspect of marketing, right? This definition is more of a physical distribution oriented idea, which presupposes that this definition focuses only on one single aspect or one single P of marketing, which is the distribution aspect, because it talks about only physical distribution of the product from the manufacturer to the consumers. ठीक है, तो ये एक डेफिनेशन है जो अमेरिकन मार्केटिंग एसोसिएशन ने दिया है, बट दिस